I said if I add this all together and I add my columns, one of the variables should be eliminated. If I add my x's, is one of the variables eliminated? No, right? If I add my y's, does one of the variables get eliminated? So now I have to think, what can I do I need to cancel out either the x or the y. I get to pick whatever is easiest. So how do I cancel out a variable? What do I need to have to cancel a variable? What do I need? What do the numbers need to be? The same. So the value needs to be the same. The value of the number is the same. And what about the signs? What about the signs? Jasmine, what about the signs?
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Can I go outside and blow my nose?
Yes, after you answer. What do my signs need to be? So if the numbers are the same, and I add them together, let's say I make this 15 and this 15. If I add 15 and 15, I would get 30. How do I make it so that I eliminate one of my variables? What do the signs need to be what?
Switched.
Yeah, the signs need to be opposite. So if one is positive, the other one needs to be negative. If one sign is positive, the other sign needs to be negative. So which one is going to be the easiest variable to cancel?
The 2x.
Jada, you think the 2x would be easy to cancel?
No, I think the 15 is 5.
Tony, why do you think the y is easier than the x?
Because they're the same, yeah, you can just multiply both.
That's right. Mila, you're saying if I do y, or if I do my x, I have to multiply both of them by something. If I cancel out my y's, I only have to multiply one of the equations. What do I want to multiply my bottom equation by so that
3, 5.
times 3, if I times this whole thing by 3, why am I timesing it by 3?
So you get to 15.
So I can make the value the same.
Of
I
the
need-
y?
Either one, the one we're eliminating. We get to pick which one we want to eliminate. Sometimes it's x, sometimes it's y. But here we're going to do y because it's easier. So I'm going to multiply this by 3.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. Now, our first step, whenever you do this, is you need to rewrite your first equation. So we're going to rewrite our first equation here, which is negative 2x plus 15y is equal to negative 32. And now I'm going to distribute my 3 to every single term here. I'm going to distribute it to every single term. So I have 3 times 7x. Go ahead and fill that out. So now that you've had a chance to distribute the 3 through the parentheses here, at this step right here, let's go ahead and write our new equation right underneath here. So 3 times 7x is 21x. 3 times negative 5. Whenever I see a minus, I treat it like a negative. 3 times negative 5y is negative 15y. And 3 times 17 is 51. Now I'm going to write my big math equation. And I'm going to add my columns together. So go ahead and take a moment to do that now. Everyone's had a chance to do this on your own, so let's go ahead and do it together. I've got negative 2x and plus 21. Negative 2 and plus 21x is going to give me 19x. This cancels. Positive 15 and negative 15 cancels. We eliminated the y. That's what it's called, elimination. We eliminated the y, so that goes away. And I have negative 32 plus 51 is 19. And now I'm going to solve this. So when it's sitting next to it, that means multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. I'm going to divide both sides by 19. Good job. And I get x is equal plus 15y is equal to negative 32. Either one will give you the same answer. That's right, because it's where this line meets this line. So they have to be at the same place at the same time. So the x coordinate and the y coordinate has to be the same for both lines. Okay, so it actually doesn't matter which one we pick. So I'm plugging back in x now. I've got negative 2. I'm going to plug in my x, which is 1, plus 15y is equal to negative 32. And I'm going to go ahead and solve this problem. So take a moment to do that. So now that you've had a chance to do this on your own, let's do it together. I've got negative 2 times 1, which is negative 2, plus 15y is equal to negative 32. Jeffrey, you need to fill out an agenda and sign it. So now I'm going to add 2 to both sides. I always jump, if I change the sign, I have to jump across the equal sign. Okay, so I'm going to jump across the equal sign here, and I'm going to draw my line. I've got 15y is equal to negative 30. I divide by 15, divide by 15, and I get y is equal to negative 2. So now I write this as a coordinate pair. My coordinate pair is 1, negative 2.